Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So I didn't start that whole 30-second thing because it's actually kind of annoying. But we guess who we are going to welcome. Look who came to visit us.
I'm here.
It's Blake. Blake is here. We're waiting for John C. and Chris. They're grabbing something. And they'll be jumping on soon. But look, Blake isn't supposed to be party mode. He doesn't look like he's partying.
I'm with a bunch. Listen, I'm with a bunch of drunks that have guns. What could go wrong?
Right.
They're like, oh, we only brought 2 of the ARs. I'm like, what?
She said, what?
I'm scared of all of them. Not gonna lie, because they're stupid without guns. So I can only imagine what they're like with guns.
Oh.
Their girlfriends hid the ammo, so I think I'm good.
Hi, Courtney.
Oh, I can't. I gotta see the chat.
What'd you say? I gotta see the chat.
Oh, I am so cozy.
He's gonna fall asleep on
You
live.
wanna say hi, Nick? I'm on a live.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Shut up.
Hi,
DJ.
Nick.
Go ahead, tell him.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's DJ Nick out here in 1027 Tennessee.
Period.
He's stupid. He's stupid. Bye. Are they? They don't have their bullets, do they?
No, Ashley took them.
Okay. Well, they have guns. I'm dead serious. They had so many guns on the table. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? They're like, you never know if a bear's gonna come. I said, what, you gonna go whole Vietnam on his ass if he tries to come up in this house? I am not here for that. Listen, I will let him eat before I trust any of you drunk people with a gun around me.
Oh my god.
I'm old. I feel old compared to these people. They're like 21 in their prime, living their life.
Look at what Robert said.
Who's Chris?
John Tisha's husband.
John Tisha's husband?
Yeah, that's John Tisha's husband.
Is that her husband?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh shit.
Like I said, I don't have any desire to. I don't have any desire to drink.
Well, because what happens? That'll sit with you for a minute.
Now, Robert is feeling himself.
Oh, they're laughing at you.
I went on a live. I went on a live and told everyone about my. I didn't leave it up though because I didn't want my because they try to fire me over or something like that.
Yeah, my daughter, she said that she felt like she was roofied once too, and she doesn't drink at all really. Like she'll have like maybe one, but she doesn't drink. And she said she had one drink and I can't remember what it was, but she said literally she didn't know where she was at. She freaked out totally. People were trying to like help her and it just freaked her more out.
So, do people actually enjoy the taste of alcohol? Because I literally don't like any of it.
Really?
Nothing. I do not like beer. I do not like vodka. I don't like whiskey. I don't like bourbon. I'll drink maybe sometimes a glass of wine, but I can't like drink it a lot. Like I can't I don't know. I just think alcohol in general tastes freaking disgusting. It tastes like spicy water.
That's what my daughter thinks too, which is why she doesn't like to drink ever. See, like beer, you have to get like kind of, I don't know. There's not really a beer. Well, I could drink Blue Moon if I had to, but I'm not a big beer person. And I don't like whiskey. I don't like dark liquor.
So I don't know what it is, but my body, if I have any kind of anything that's not beer or wine, I just puke. Like I can have one and I will just puke. I
Really?
hate it. It's like not enjoyable for me. I just throw up.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I like I don't like whiskeys. I don't like dark liquors. I don't like tequila. Oh, I cannot drink
Oof.
tequila whatsoever.
Oh, that just makes me feel like I'm gonna puke.
Yeah,
Oh,
tequila is. Ugh.
but I do
I don't.
fuck with Chick-fil-A. Shit.
He said I do fuck with Chick-fil-A.
I'm dead ass.
Oh,
Chris, we'll be right there. He's outside.
I see
No,
John.
Tisha, he ain't your keeper. You can come on the show without him.
I don't know why she's saying down there.
Dang who? What?
I'm setting up, boo. Oh.
What? This is OnlyFans?
Oh my god! I told my husband earlier because we were looking at like my son's college stuff. So even though he's getting a lot of money, but it's still like we'd have to come out of pocket. Like I think it's like 20. His school is like 63,000 a year.
Where's he going?
Loyola. So he got like 40 something thousand in scholarships yearly. So it's like 23 out of pocket. So we were kind of like just looking at a bunch of stuff. And I told my husband today, like my husband works out, he's super ass fit. I was like, I'm getting your ass an OnlyFans, son. He was like, what? I was like, I'm gonna have to pimp your ass out.
That's bizarre to me. My undergrad, so I had the chance to go to Ohio State, and
Ohio State is beautiful.
I would have had scholarships and stuff like that as well. And I had a partial scholarship to the University of Alabama, but I didn't want to pay out of state like tuition. But like the college I went to was $6,800 a year.
Wow.
So and I got a full ride there. So I don't know how the hell. What's he going to school for?
Forensics.
Bitch, why don't you make him go to a community college?
Well, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about some things because he needs a 4-year degree and then he has to go to grad school. Oh,
Right. So why doesn't he do his undergrad? Why doesn't he do his undergrad for really cheap? Because it's not going to matter where he got his degree from.
true.
I'm telling you, if I could redo it all again, I'd go with the cheapest option. If I got the same degree, I know like college, it sounds great, but I'm telling you, he'll be thanking himself later when he realizes that the memories and experience ain't that all it's all hyped up to be.
Yeah, maybe he said we were. My husband said we're gonna sit down and talk about it soon because we're waiting for one other college.
Or even do like his gen eds. Do his gen eds at not a community college, but like another college that's cheaper because it's just a waste of money.
She said, Jatisha's like, okay,
add her in.
And I see her like, wait,
what the heck?
I didn't see you.
Oh, don't even act like you were ready.
Oh my goodness. I do like what you were saying though, Blake. We try to tell that to our oldest too. We went through the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University, and that was like one thing that they talked about. I was like, you know what, you're right. Why do you have to go to like some huge one? Like I get it, it's great, it's wonderful, but if you could go to a junior college or community or whatever, still get all the basic stuff out of the way and then switch over, get your grades up, whatever, why not do that?
So what I did, I went to Kent
You're not
State
paying for
University.
it though. Yeah.
Wait, who is it? Let me see him.
Let me at him. Our oldest
How old?
who thinks he knows what's good. He's 14. He'll be 15 in June.
Oh, you got some time.
He has hella time. What the heck?
But what I did my junior and senior year of high school, I went to Kent State University while I was in high school, and I actually got my whole first year of college completed before I graduated. Before I graduated high school. So if there's that option, always like go down those avenues and try to get college credits, because that's what I did.
Yeah, best option.
Still sign it?
A little bit, slightly.
He will thank you when he realizes that it's expensive as hell, and he'll figure out what interest is, and he'll figure out what taxes are, and he will realize that if you can get the same degree for $6,000 a year versus $40,000 a year, that's just common economics. And clearly, if he says he knows it all, you better learn how to add real quick.
He's good at math.
Oh yeah, he's really good at math. Huh.
Yeah.
He's so good at math, but still wants to go to a big college.
$30,000 times 4. What do we got that grand total?
I can't hear him.
30,000 times 4.
That's 120,000.
120,000.
I was like, come on.
Ask him how long it takes to pay that off.
How long would it take you to pay that off?
Probably a long time.
Probably a long time. What do you need to pay it off?
Money.
Money. And how do you get money?
A job.
You got to get a job. You need income.
Don't forget that interest rate also.
So why if you actually are like paying $120,000 on a loan for over like a 10 to 15 or maybe even 20 years, you could be driving a nice sports car and not having to have all that debt and been smart about it, and all your other friends are sitting there paying a mortgage payment almost a month for something that you don't have to worry about. I'm telling you, it's the smart way to.
So everything. So all the money that you would spend over pretty much a 20-year period, depending on the type of job you get, how much you save away and budget throughout that time, all that money that you would be doing for that to pay off that loan and interest, you could have saved to get a car, to buy a house, and be paying off your mortgage versus paying off a loan that has you in debt for many, many years. And sit on your credit and be a sore eyesore on your credit.
All right, finished.
Yeah,
Close
or
gears.
what does he want to do?
Electrical engineer?
Electrical or aerospace engineer.
Electrical or aerospace engineer.
Where do you guys live, John Tisha?
California.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a big state.
He said, oh.
I'm sorry.
Right now, he's setting up his he's got a soccer meeting or a recruitment meeting for college. So he's finishing his video. So tomorrow when we meet with the recruiter, he'll have everything ready.
There you go. Where'd Shelly go? Is she pooping? Go ahead. You keep talking.
You're on mute. Nobody heard none of that.
Hey,
I got
Ricardo, so yes, a trade school would be good. And I told him if all else fails and he doesn't figure it out, the military will also take care of him.
Yeah.
And Biden does not want to protect children.
Well, I
Biden-
think my son David in trade school would be like perfect for him. He's not a school.
Well, just think, if he wants to go in the military and get a transitional surgery, that shit's covered too. There's so many options nowadays with Joe Biden.
I got triplets, 1 scholarship, sports, and SU, 70,000, 3 years, and she graduated early. In UB, 3 years, 35, 2 law grads to do. Next at 70,000. Wow, Cornell out of pockets, no loans yet. Ooh, That is surely a lot.
Yeah, we're waiting for one other school. And this one, the one we're waiting for, is a full scholarship, like nothing we have to pay. I mean, of course, food, but so we're waiting for that one. This one is like 41,000 a year they'll give him, but the tuition is like 60.
Isn't it disgusting that in America you have to literally take out a lifelong mortgage to get an education in order to thrive under the economy? Isn't that
Yeah.
sick?
Hey, you know what's crazy
they
though?
spend
This went
millions
the
and
military is not a bad way to go. Oh, sorry, Charlie.
I was like, why they send billions to other nations?
Developing nations. We're helping them develop.
Well, sure, they need to help our kids develop because they're out here killing one another.
I'm with you.
Exactly.
I do not care about the gender studies in Saudi Arabia. Worry about your damn selves.
Uh-huh.
Period.
Yes, universities are outrageously expensive.
Oh, that's where I was going with it. I was telling them, I was like, if you join the military, you do 3 years with all the courses and stuff you go through, you could walk out pretty much. You have enough to get at least an AA. Like you get a whole bunch of credits just for being in the military, and you do that, and you don't have nothing else to do, and you take classes. Like you can get out in 3 years with at least with a bachelor's degree if you play it right.
And don't they help with job placement too?
They can, yeah.
So
like I got a whole bunch of credits and no degree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm working on.
And I think if you get your bachelor's, you become a sergeant.
It
depends.
You don't need it for that end, but if you get your bachelor's, it really helps if you're trying to go officer. Like that's where you need your degrees in some warrant officer positions.
So I know, like, if I went into the military now and I have a dual master's degree, I would go into something. Am I lagging?
A little bit.
Yeah, you could go. Yeah, Brittany said it, officers need a degree. Like you could become an officer. Oh, Brittany, you're watching. I don't know if you caught my last one. Where's my notes? Oh, so Brittany, I was talking about not holding grudges, and what I said was I don't hold grudges, but I do make notes. And on March 12, 2021, at 10:16 p.m., Brittany called me a square. Charlie said I deserved it because I called you a man.
And I was like, wait a minute. And then we went through the whole thing.
So we're even. And just to prove we're even.
You got the receipts.
He's throwing it away.
Did I make it?
I think so.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, you did.
John Tisha, before we get into all the shenanigans, do you
Did Blake freeze?
Yeah.
or he's sleeping?
No, he froze.
I don't know. No, I think his ass is knocked out. Oh yeah, he might have he might have lost a signal.
No, he's frozen.
Do you want to read the message from Kash?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So before we get into our little shenanigans, John Tisha and I both spoke to Kash today. And by speaking, I mean we text. Just to let you know, we didn't actually speak to him. It's via text. So we were texting him today. So he has a message and he asked to have it read. So that's what we're doing. Huh?
The poem?
Yeah, that's what he wanted read.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yeah, I'm going to have John Tisha read it. I have like terrible cotton off right now. It's awful.
Okay. No one really there, no one truly cares. Gotta face all of these struggles alone. This life, it isn't fair. The weight's too much to bear. Heart getting cold and turning into stone. My world stopped and time is frozen. To everyone else, life keeps on going. So say they love me, but why ain't it showing? Might as well be dead, at least flowers be growing. Pain striking like lightning inside me. I'm drowning and no one can find me. In darkness, I'm screaming and crying. No one hears and no one is trying. Stripped of all that built on my own, given chains in a cave from my home, metal bed in the place of my throne, housed in a hell made of stone. It's not forever, is what they will say, but forever can feel like a day. Tomorrow feels so far away, and a moment can lead you astray. My mind is at war with itself, 24 hours with nothing to help. Can't escape, I'm locked with myself. Can't describe all the punishment felt. Pray for me. So that's kind of where he's at, in and out of. So just keep him in your prayers. Send positive vibes his way. He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
So yeah, I will
I'm back.
I will post it. I will type it up and I will post it. But if you guys send a little prayer, send a little love his way, he would greatly appreciate it.
I think you could copy and paste it, no?
Probably.
I'm sending all my love to Kash. No homo.
What did he say?
Something about being homo.
I said I'm sending all my love to Kash. No homo.
Oh, he said no homo.
He did say no homo. All right, I sent it to you so you have it easy to click and go. Copy and go.
Cool.
What you eating, Chile?
Plantain chips.
What the hell?
Some Puerto Rican stuff.
Sure he is.
It is Puerto Rican.
Sure he is.
Don't judge me. No, I'm not Puerto Rican,
Gotcha.
remember? I'm not Puerto Rican. According
Listen.
to,
When that stimulus check hits, you know damn well when I'm at Chipotle, I'm gonna tell them act guac. You know.
Side note real quick. Donna, for the address to write or send anything, I think you have to hit up Erica for that information because I don't think it's been posted yet. But she did make a post and said that if you want to send anything or write letters, send her a message and ask her in Messenger. So there's that. And then Justice, I want to say they said 4 years. I think he's got a hearing. Is it called a hearing? He's got a court session hearing or something. I think one's coming up soon. No?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll
Don't quote me on
know.
that. I think there is, but I'm not 100% sure. So there's
He
that.
can get out on good behavior. He'll only have to serve for 26% of his time, so he could be out in a year.
So yeah, we're not sure. We're not certain. I will also hit up Erica and ask about the address. I don't know. The only reason I haven't shared really information, and I think John Tisha's the same. The only reason we have not shared information is we felt like that was we were going to leave that up to Erica and to Russo.
Yeah.
We didn't want to stick our nose somewhere it shouldn't be. So that's kind of why we haven't really shared or talked about it or anything like that. But he did specifically ask for me to get that out. He wanted that shared. So I did. And today is the first time I've spoken to him since he was in Indiana.
Since he moved, yeah.
Correct.
Which I think, I mean, if everything goes well, I mean, he's doing what he needs to do or whatever while he's there. I think it's very possible for him to be released on good behavior in a year. So just keep positive up thoughts and Pray for the best.
Yep.
That's on period.
And I will ask Erica if she wants me to give out the address or anything like that. But I want to make sure that that's okay with her first.
If you guys want his social security number, just send me a message after the show, and I'll make sure to get that to you. And his routing and account number.
I know there's still, like, if there's people who still want to help financially or whatever, if you go onto Erica's page, there's a post. You just have to scroll down a little bit. There's a post on there that has all of the avenues that you could do that with or through. Number one. And number two, like I said, she had made a post and it said that at this place where he's at, I don't think that there's really a limit on what he can receive in. So letters or books, or I guess.
So here's my only take on this. So everybody, I know we all want to support Kash, and I know we all want to be there for Kash and continue to pray for Kash. But at the same time, right now it's not so simple to do all these things and get all the information to him that you guys want to relay to him. It's not as easy. So I think in this time, Erica has a lot to deal with not only dealing with everything with Kash, but I think she has a lot going on with the kids as well. So
Yeah.
if you guys could try, like, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way to any of you, because I know you guys want to send him words of encouragement, but wait until she reaches out or makes a post for everybody to reach out to Kash, because that's just going to add more to her plate, because she cares about all of you too. And she
Right.
feels morally responsible to respond to all of you. And when there's hundreds of people inboxing her daily, I bet you that takes a toll on her. And she feels like she's obligated. And not that she doesn't want to do it, but I think like she's going through a rough time too. So I think
Right.
if we can all just continue some prayers and wait for her to give a message of how we can communicate with him, I think that would be the best avenue as a community to support Kash. Because yeah, we can send, if they need money, like, you know, she'll reach out. Like, and I think that we need to give, I know Kash is super involved and has made impact on so many people's lives, but at the same time, I think at this time, until we hear further from Erica, I think we should be respectful, because I think it's hard for her. So I feel like she wants to
It's
make
a
sure
lot
she's
for
doing,
sure.
I think she wants to make sure she's doing everything right. So I feel like
Yeah.
if we add more to her plate, it's making it harder on her.
Exactly, which is why we kind of like we stayed very clear from doing this. When he said that he wanted me to give a message today, I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
But,
And like that's the thing. Like, keep coming on the shows, listen to words like Shelly just said, get the information from Kash, and you know, keeps everyone loop as best as you can. So make sure you're following her on Facebook and staying engaged with her. She gives you guys updates of how you guys can, you know, stay in contact, send words of encouragement, sending donations, trying to help support the kids. You know, but I just know it's hard for her. So if you hear a response from her right away, don't be offended either. Just know that she's coming from a good place and she's trying to keep it all together. She's just one person, one mama. So
Yep.
also be praying for her, because I think she needs the support as well, because she lost the biggest support in her life and now has gained the complete responsibility of everything in life. So it's hard. So I'm just, you know, I see that a lot, and I don't want her to feel so bombarded. You know, I just want her to be able to have some peace with it all. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Tom Topkins said, "Is it okay if I ask Blake an unrelated question?" Oh, Tom. I wish there was like just like an easy like GoFundMe page, but I feel like they would take that down.
They did. They took the last one down, didn't they?
Hi. I'm on live, Mariah. You want to say hi?
Fart?
No, I didn't fart. What the hell?
It was like straight booty hole in here.
That was her her chance, her opportunity to get you.
You trying to embarrass me live?
I just heard her say it
I'm
smells
live.
like booty hole in here.
I
That's
love
what
how
I
he tried
heard.
to steal my hoodie back that I stole from him a while ago.
This is Hillbilly.
I know Hillbilly. I don't know who you were talking about.
Hi.
What are we talking about? Politics?
No,
She's-
negative.
No politics tonight.
Oh, good. I'll be here. I can handle this.
she's
They're all in the hot
she's clearly very very supportive.
Tom asked this question.
Okay, just a short. Okay, you got to go over there, Mariah. Okay, just a short time ago, Primetime Patriots posted a notice that said that George Floyd's family received $27 million from the stimulus package. From the stimulus package? I don't think they. Listen, I have.
Kaylee posted
Hold
it.
on.
He's like, wait a minute. He's gonna go double check.
He's going to his resources.
Yep. He's like,
No,
wait a
I
minute.
posted first, and it says family settled lawsuit against Minneapolis for $27 million over his death in police custody. It's among the largest settlements in police misconduct case. That's what I posted. So I'm
Kaylee,
not,
Right, he said primetime Patriots. So Kaylee posted that.
Kaylee posted it, and then Suni talked about it during a live.
Yeah.
now I gotta look.
Suni, during her live, she quoted Kaylee in her title.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was almost sure that Suni
Wait,
might
I
have
don't
posted
see.
it too.
I don't see that. Here,
let's see.
Shelly, I'm gonna send you something. Can you pull that up?
As soon as it pops up. I don't see anything.
There it is. You read it.
Yeah, I just got it right now. Give me a second.
Every time she tries to figure this out, she goes bye-bye.
Every time. Mm,
I don't know. I don't think Kaylee said it came from the stimulus.
My shit is tweaking straight up. All right, there we go. Facebook.
I don't see it on here.
Did they erase it?
Potentially, because I don't see it.
It was on there because I saw it on Suni's live. She quoted Kaylee and thanked Kaylee for it.
Well, no, Kaylee posted that on her personal page.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think I'm friends. Well, you know what? Hold on. Let me see.
Wait, Tom just sent something. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not friends with Kaylee. So if Suni shared it, maybe, but I don't have it.
I just pulled up Tom's.
Oh, yep, it is. It's on Kaylee's. So it's on Kaylee's page, but it's got the Primetime Patriots symbol on it. And it says 3/12/2021, George Floyd's family will receive $27 million settlement payment from the newly signed stimulus package. So yeah, she did post it, but it was
There it is.
So here's what
it's on her personal page.
Okay,
but it's
so
got,
here's what I think she means. So what I think she means by that is the fact that these big Democrat cities are getting bailout money through the stimulus package, which is going to enable them to fund the $27 million settlement.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I think what she's trying to say here is the fact that the stimulus package that was signed is going to fund big Democrat cities such as Minneapolis, and
Mhm.
they're going to be able to fund this $27 million settlement through the stimulus backlog.
Got it.
Because yeah, the checks haven't even been written yet.
Yeah, that's what Charlene said right now. Yeah.
Which is
Charlene said,
true. They're going to get bailout money.
Correct. Like 350 billion, I think, or some shit.
yeah. Was there an article for that?
For what?
Guys, I don't
Well,
know.
it was part of the. It was part of.
There wasn't a link on there or anything like that. It was just the image.
Yeah, no, it was.
Well, the official Primetime Patriots page has the correct statement from 11 hours ago.
Gotcha. Well, I mean,
I'll ask her. I'll ask her in the morning.
so technically, it would
How
be
else
that the
could-
stimulus is paying that, right?
Yeah,
I
how
mean,
else would they afford a $27 million sellout? How would they afford that if they're like over 111 million?
They have. They have.
My internet connections.
This is what SUNY posted.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
He said just a little disappointing. I'm out. Okay. Bye.
I love how we got put next to these boobs while they're.
Did you hear me?
The what?
I said
Cut out.
he said, okay, I'm out of here. Just a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have one post out of the hundreds of thousands we've posted that you think you're fact checking. Have a good day.
Are you still on your live?
Yes.
No, I think he just wanted clarity. I think he's talking about them giving money for the settlement is disappointing.
Right.
Oh, I thought he said we're disappointing. I'm like,
No.
No. Just the whole idea and the fact that that's really
it's
a
rude.
thing.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna fall asleep. I feel like my eyes are getting heavy.
You look like they are.
But I love you guys. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay, love
Want
you.
more booze.
I am not drinking.
I know.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Good night. Good night, friends.
I was like, I thought he was lit, but he was just tired.
Yeah. He looked tired. He's done. Pretty done.
He was toast.
Yo, it's 2:00 over there?
Where by me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
When's the last time you slept?
Me?
Yeah.
Last night. I slept like 4 hours.
Yeah, she's like last week.
No, I slept like 4 hours last night. I had to get up early because I had my infusion today. It was rough.
Oh.
So people are already getting their check. That's what I'm reading.
Yes. So someone said that her son just got the 1,200, but that's what
It's supposed to be 1,400.
Saki. No. Oh, I don't know. Did she?
That 1,200 had to be an old one or something.
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, Saki said that it was just signed and that people could start getting theirs in their bank accounts as early as this weekend. And I'm like, well, it's Friday, so some places might do it Friday.
Maybe.
So yeah, that's supposed to be starting.
Shannon, so he said he wrote a poem that he wanted read to everybody. So John Tisha read it already. We will post it after the video. We'll post it. so that you guys can have it. But you know, he is doing the best that he can with the circumstances, under the circumstances. We just ask that you say a little prayer for him. That's what he requested. So keep him in your thoughts and in your prayers.
Yes.
We're just doing a late night chit chat at this point now.
Yeah.
What's he looking for?
I was gonna go get another one.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll be right back. You want another one?
Sure. All right.
You want me to bring the Kamado up too?
Sure.
Oh.
So, what was it? Saturday? Did I tell you what happened Saturday night?
About the drunk guy walking in your...
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Did we say that on live or?
I don't think he did.
Oh, all right. So, last Saturday night, weirdest shit happened. So we had a family protest because in California we're locked down and we're not supposed to be having barbecues or get-togethers. So we were protesting a 25th birthday party with carne asada and al pastor and some chicken. And so I barbecue. We put on the UFC fight. It's right after Amanda Nunes won. I was sitting on the couch. I was telling Charlie, it was like, I sat down. I only had a couple beers that night because I was hosting. So I'm working on my third beer. Fight's done. Cousin comes in talking about, hey, there's this white dude in the backyard. Says he's your neighbor. So, little perspective, you know, or let me add a little context. Like, we know who was at the house, and we know, like, I knew the other two white dudes that were there. They were inside watching the fight. So I was like, white dudes. I'm like looking around, like, oh, must be this neighbor. No, that's not his name. It's like this neighbor. It's like, no. Well, it can't be this neighbor because he's Hawaiian. He was like, no. And I was like, well, shit, let me see who it is. So I walk out the back door, and as I'm coming out, this dude turns around and is like, hey, how's it going, man? I was like, who the fuck are you? He's like, oh, we'll just call him A. My name's A. I said, dude, where do you live? And he was like, now I'm in my backyard, right? He's like, that kitty corner right here. And I was like, oh, you're in that house? And he's like, well, no, that across the street. And I was like, oh, so you know my neighbor right here? And he was like, no. And I was like, you live across the street? And he goes, well, I live there, but across the street, like a couple houses down. I say, dude, the fuck you doing? Did you walk into my... I was like, did you come to the front door? He's like, no. I was like, and I'm trying to talk to him like what were you thinking? And as I'm talking to him, like I'm trying to figure out who this dude is. My brother just like swings open the blind, like our curtains going out to the backyard. He's like, dude, you're fucking weird. Like only pedos and weirdos do that. You just invite yourself into somebody's house. I'm like, dude, calm down. I'm trying to entertain this. Like it's kind of funny. Like this dude's got balls. And he was like, no, man, it's good. It's good. Just you know, I'm just heard some music, and I was like, so you heard music from down the street. You just decided to walk in. And he was like, oh, yeah, no, man, it's good. And he's got a cup in his hand. And my brother's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, get out of here. Like, that's some weirdo shit. And he was like, oh, nice tattoo. And my brother's like, dude, get out of here. He's like, stop trying to change the subject. It's weird. And he was like, all right, I see that I'm not wanted here. I think I'm going to go. And I was like, dude. So I walked this dude out. I told Charlie, I was like, it was the weirdest shit ever. Like, I walked him out, and I'm like, dude, what made you think, like, you just walked in my side gate? What made it worse? Like, my dogs didn't bark. And he was like, oh, yeah, no. He's like, I didn't mean no problems. Like, dude, what were you thinking? And he's like, I just heard music, thought I'd come over. And I was like, man. And then I realized, like, there's a little bit more to it, but that's just the gist of it. It's like, he's like, well, I think I'm going to go. So he hits his keys, and now I thought the Chevy Impala parked outside was my brother's. He unlocks the door. I was like, dude, you parked in front of my house, like in my driveway, blocking my two cars. I was like, dude, you got some balls on you. He's like, all right. And I was like, hey, man, come back tomorrow or you know, talk to me. He's like, no, I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and leave. I'm going to see I'm not welcome here. I was like, that was the weirdest shit I think I've ever had happen. Like, it's not like it was a teenage house party. Like, This is adults, family function, and this dude just walked straight in my side gate and was like, "Cool, red cup, alcohol." Came over drunk, left with his alcohol drunk. Said, so put a lock on the side gate, and hell, he might have been high. I don't know, but I've been watching for him. And if he does live down the street, he said his house was always open. They're always working the car. So I figured I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to walk in his garage one day, just be like, yo, what's up, guys? What's going on? What are we working on? Come over with a beer.
Shit.
Weirdest shit ever.
At least he didn't walk into your yard empty-handed.
True.
Let's
He brought
look,
his own booze.
let's look at the cup half full. The thing.
Yeah. And then my sister-in-law was like, yeah, this dude drove by like 2 or 3 times before he parked. And then he parked and he sat there. So this dude drove by, contemplated, sat in front of the house for a little bit, contemplated some more, and then got off and walked in the side gate. And was like, what's up? I'm here to party. Except he didn't realize that wasn't the house. Ricardo, I need some of your tools. I should have. Be like, this. Nah, it's cool, man. You welcomed yourself to my house. Do the same back.
For real. Yeah, I would be. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to. I'm the more level-headed brother, because the other ones they're a little bit more hot-headed. They're ready to beat his ass, and I was like, you can't just beat everybody up. I understand he walked in and he wasn't invited, but I think he just needed friends.
So what are you guys all doing up this late? What is Friday, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like questions for us? Is there anything you guys want to know? Let's make it a Q&A. We already know what Chris's fetishes are.
We hashed that out on the last one.
I just can't. No, that was funny. It was funny. It was funny. Kind of scary. Someone could have shot him. Was watching novelas. Oh hell no! I can't do novelas.
I don't think they would have shot him, but they definitely would have. They were ready to whoop his ass.
They're about to dog walk him.
I could, you know what? I thought about it more than I meant walking in the rain. No, I told you jogging in the rain. Something about the rain hitting my face. Just
First you said walking, and then you said, "Oh, I like jogging in the rain." Just hitting my face. I pictured you like. Do you ever remember? Well, you're probably too young, but do you remember like way back in the day, that movie Bo Derek?
I don't think so.
You know who Bo Derek? She was like a blonde chick, and she was like running on the beach in like a gold bathing suit. Like think of a Baywatch scene, but the bathing suit was gold. And then she had like the braids, like the beaded braids, blonde. She was like, everybody was in love with her back then. When you said running in the rain, that's what I thought. Oh, the movie was called 10. Yeah, you're right. Is Blake a type 1 diabetic? No, I don't think Blake is diabetic at all.
Oh.
She had braids.
I don't know if you'd be able to see it.
Yeah,
no. Yeah.
That's what I thought of with you with running with the rain on your face. Yeah, see, I just showed my age.
Yeah, you shouldn't have did that.
It's all right.
Now we know how old you really are.
I say how old I am. I don't lie about my age. I'm walking into 50 like a boss, period.
I'm not afraid of getting older.
I'm not afraid. I really don't. I never been one of those people like, oh, I'm afraid of my age. I'm afraid. I'm like, you're gonna grow older, period. That's what it is. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not trying to say anything rude or mean, but I'm like, I know girls that are in their 20s, and I look better than them. So get on my level.
Here, I'll hand it to you. Yeah, I'm not afraid of getting older, but I'm also not in a rush to get older. I'll let that come with time, but I kind of look forward to it because, like, when my grandpa hit like 75, he could pretty much do and say whatever he wanted, and people were just like, "Oh, he's hella old." Like, I just want to say some outrageous shit and then just sit back and stare at people, just to see, like, you want to beat me up? I'm hella old.
Yes, Sandra, you right, girl. You already know. Yeah, I have no issue with aging. Like people will always ask me and they're like, oh, don't ask people their age. I'm like, shit, we get old. It is what it is.
It doesn't bother me either.
Especially like because I do makeup and stuff, people will ask me like, oh, do you get Botox or do you get this? And I was like, damn, what are you trying to tell me I need it? Wait.
Right?
And I was like, no, I don't. I don't have issues with people doing whatever makes them feel happy. I just am not there.
Right. Right.
I like my skin just the way it is.
Yeah. I don't boo. I mean, not talking shit about anyone who does this.
Right.
I don't boo-hoo my age. Like, oh, I'm 38. I'm gonna be 40 in less than 2 years. And most people are like, you're what? I'm like, I know. I don't look it. But I'm actually get happy. I'm like, why? How old do you think I am? And they tell me, I'm like, nope, I'm 38. I own it. I don't mind. I own it.
I do too. Like if I'm with my older daughters, because my older daughters are 32 and 29. People will be like, oh, I'll be like, oh, she'll be like, oh, this is my mom. They're like, your mom.
They're like, what?
And they're like, you guys look, they'll be like, you guys look like sisters. I was like, thank you. You right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I just never been afraid of like my age or stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm just like, you're going to get old. And I think people, the more you worry about it.
Yeah. Or my kids getting older, they're like, oh, and again, not talking shit for anybody who does this, but like, you know, being upset that your kids are getting older, I don't get upset. I'm like, yeah, you're getting older.
I just want to throw out Justice tag, put a tag out asking for opinions because you asked about the question and answer. So I got that, and we'll do that in a second. And then Michelle, I guess, asked the question.
Oh.
Because I think
did I miss it?
Yeah, we did. But Justice, we'll do hers after because I think hers has got a couple things. Michelle, there seems to be so much hurt in this country. There are people who incorrectly believe that all white people are Klan members and out to get them. Can we discuss real ways to change this perception? If being a good person, treating people equally is not enough, what else can we do to heal the divide? I don't know if you were on the last live, but I'll give you my thoughts on it first. But I think perception is something that is, as far as changing perception, I think two things have to happen. Either one, that person has to actively want to see something different, or the other one being they would have to. I think the other part of that is the media is constantly pushing that specific narrative that's causing it's that propaganda and conditioning,
right?
That comes with it. Like they're conditioning you to see these things. It's the gaslighting, and people have to wake up and realize that, hey, we're all being duped here, and have to want to see something different, to see things for what they really are. There are racist people out there. There's a lot more people that are racially prejudiced and biased, and not all of that necessarily stems from, I'll say, like, maybe something happened. There could be a little bit more to the story, but they would have to actively want to change the way they view the world. And as far as healing the divide, I said on the last live, that starts with forgiveness. you people really got to start forgiving people. Like I said, black people specifically, black people need that feel like white people are, the worst people in the world. Like maybe they need to forgive the white people for what they did and working on solutions to going forward and trying to make that progress.
And that also has to come with accountability, personal accountability, as well as if we want the future to resemble that as well, then we as parents or figures, mature figures in the lives of our youth, then we got to start teaching them properly as well, teaching them to love one another, teaching them to be understanding, teaching them how to be personally accountable to their actions and their choices and their words and their thought process. Because again, like, we cannot control what other people do. We can only control what we think, say, or do, and how we represent ourselves behind closed doors and in public where other people can see us and be that example and that type of positive influence, and then teach our youth in that same light. And it's just taking action.
Yeah, and I agree. So during our earlier live, I talked about an incident I had today on a post on a Facebook, and I got called a Klan white person, and everything my people touch was what did it say? What was it? Everything my people touch, they destroy.
Yeah.
And this person doesn't know me at all. It's not on my page. It was literally on a stream, but they just assumed by looking at my photo that I was white and that me and my people were trash. So there's I'm going to say this. You can have certain conversations with family, friends, and everyday people. There are some people that have so much things instilled in their heads that unfortunately those conversations are going to go nowhere. And it just is what it is. You just have to learn to identify when that person is just not going to give you any play at all. And just learn to walk away from it, unfortunately. I think Chris kind of said something when you said, like, we need to, those people need to forgive, like, what were your, I'm sorry, I don't want to misquote you, Chris. You said, like, you think that they need to start forgiving.
Yeah, that's just it. They need to start forgiving people. More specifically, like, they need to forgive people that never did anything to them. Like, there's a lot of people, and now I'm not just talking black people, because everybody does. There's a lot of people walking out in this world with hate and just unhappy about things that they never experienced. And they need to let that go and forgive whoever it was that they think did it, and in order to heal. So, and that's on both sides: white, black, brown, yellow, red, whatever color you gender, whatever you want to identify as.
These are my thoughts on that. I think that you're asking for forgiveness for something that never happened to you. I'm going to call it like I see it. You're asking for forgiveness for something you've never experienced.
No.
I'm not saying asking. No. I'm saying because they never experienced it, they need to forgive. They're not asking for forgiveness. Like, we'll go back to
basically they're letting it go in their hearts and in their minds to release that blame where they're placing it in it because it's in the wrong place. No one has to ask for forgiveness.
Right. No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is I have an issue.
Oh, okay.
With them feeling the need to feel victimized.
To ask for forgiveness.
Oh, you mean when they're like, you need to kiss my boots or say sorry or whatever. Yeah, no, that's bullshit for sure.
So my thing is like when we say like, okay, you can, let's just say somebody you know, a friend, was a sexual assault victim. You cannot claim her pain
Right.
because you did not experience that.
Right.
So my thing is the biggest issue that I have when they talk about like, you know, I want to hate white people did this to me, all this stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I just feel like, how can you claim someone else's pain?
Right.
It just doesn't make sense to me in my head. Like,
And it doesn't.
Are you okay? So you're getting what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like, because I hear what you're saying. Like, I think there's a difference between seeing something, like if you actually physically see it, like let's say like a car accident, because I know people that have seen car accidents and people have died and they've gotten, in a sense, PTSD from it. Like
Right.
it's been that traumatic, it was that gruesome. Sorry, that it.
I think that could. I think that's a thing. I do.
Yeah, and I've heard of that. Or I've known people that have been through something because we always think PTSD, military, but things happen. Now I understand that because you've experienced it yourself. But I agree with you when you say if you've never personally experienced it, and if you just heard a story, that
Well, that's what
I can't.
What,
I can't.
what-
That's wrong.
That's what I'm saying. What I don't understand, to be honest, where's the anger coming from? See
Well,
now,
that's like family feuds that go on for generations and generations, or like gang feuds that go on for generations.
Well, when we talked about accountability,
Right.
right? Like, and I literally am gonna start saying this when people bring it up to me. When we talk about accountability, we have to look at ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to look at where we are now and what are we dealing with, right? Like, I can go back to when my grandparents, who were Mexican, were treated a certain way because they didn't speak English in this country, even though they were both born in America. But because they didn't speak English, they were treated some type of way, right? I can go back to when Puerto Ricans were enslaved. I can go back to I could go as far as the Jones Act that has trampled their economy, and that is still in place to today. Still in place to today, mind you. They're not even considered a state, they're considered a commonwealth. So it just kind of like it rubs me wrong when people are saying like, oh, everybody else is getting reparations, everybody else has, you know, like they've already paid the Native Americans, they paid this. So to me, I've never thought that money cures pain.
It doesn't.
So that's
It's a
what I'm saying.
band-aid.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's lack of to me that's the family structure leaving. That's the moral foundations that we used to have. To me, a lot of it that has to do with like religious practices, Christianity, and other things going out the door, where people forgot how to love and how to forgive. Because like forgiving is not forgetting. Like we're not going to forget what happened. Slavery happened. It's in the history books. Like we're not going to forget it, but you got to forgive people. And I think that is the key thing right there, is that they're just it's individuals being caught up in what they're being fed.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, right there. People need to start looking into their history. And that's really what it is, Ricardo. That's where I was going to go with it, and you nailed it. They're just being fed a bunch of BS. They were never involved. They think
And
that
then
they were
taking
hurt.
ownership of it. And
Yeah.
it doesn't belong to them. They're carrying something that doesn't belong to them.
I got something crazy for that. I think why some people expect that
Ricardo said money could get me a lot of voodoo.
Oh.
He's talking about this.
I was gonna say, wait, voodoo juice, because this happened last time. I'm like, oh no, I don't want to part none of that. And then I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. Yes, yes, it can. A lot of voodoo juice, that's for sure.
So
I want my.
how many times? So when things happen, right? So I think you said something about like, we'll use example like your friend's raped, right? Okay, your friend's raped. We know it's bad, and the first thing that everybody wants to do is like they come up and they're like, "I'm so sorry," and to me, it's like they're apologizing for something that they didn't do that happened to somebody else. Now I get the why they do it. There's the feeling, the sorrow part of it. Like I feel bad, but it's like I think people are so used to being like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. I'm so sorry that this happened. I'm sorry. Like people want to hear that. Like, tell me you're sorry. And it's become this thing in our society where it's like when something happens, you want somebody to apologize to you, even though that's not necessarily how they're using that word. That said, it might sound a little out there, but somebody's always apologizing for something.
I actually started saying, I'm sad to hear that. I'm sad to hear you're going through that, or that's really rough, that's tough. I stopped saying, I'm sorry for your loss, or I'm sorry about that, or whatever. Like I stopped years ago, and I started saying, I'm sad for you. My heart goes out to you. Like I'm with you. I'm here with you, instead of sorry for, because I didn't do anything. I wasn't a part of that. So why am I saying so? Like again, I get it. I get what he's saying, but I actually years ago I thought about that, and I was like, wait a minute. Just like when someone asks me how I am, not everyone is really asking you how you are, but also instead of responding with I'm fine or good in you or I'm good or whatever, I now say things like I am well. Thank you. How are you? Like there might be a whole bunch of shit going on, but I'm well. I'm okay. My soul is okay. My spirit's good. So I'm well. Thank you. How are you doing? If I'm having a day or whatever, I'll say a little snippet like, you know what, I'm tired, but I'm well. Thank you. And I move on. That's part of that accountability, right? Choosing your words, really thinking about what you're putting out there. Being intentional about the conversations you have, the words you use, what you're putting out there for people to receive. I've been trying to be really intentional about that for some years now. Words are important.
Words matter. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, I kind of just, to be honest, I look at things and I think, I know how we got here. Hey, Tanya, how are you? I know how we got here, right? We all know how we got here, but I'm thinking,
Tiana brought up some good. Okay, so I understand empathy, and I think people commonly mistake sympathy for empathy. Like if somebody keeps doing something wrong, like I'm not gonna. We'll say, for example, like at work, if somebody just keeps messing up and they get fired, I'm not gonna feel sympathy for you if you brought it upon yourself. But if you got a wife and kids, like I have empathy. I'm like, that sucks. Like you're in a bad, like I can see where you're at. Like I might empathize with you, but I'm not going to show you sympathy. I'm not going to feel sorry. And I think that's the difference. Like if somebody was raped, I would feel like I do have that empathy, but depending on the situation and certain things, I'm like to really sympathy. I'm like, I don't know, or to feel sorry, like to say I'm sorry. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, because I'm just not going to put myself in that position where, to me, those words are saying that I did the action. I just would. It's a horrible thing to go through, and I would hope somebody recovers from it. Man, there was another one. Real quick, Donna Harlass, if you could clarify, you asked a question. If you could clarify your question, because I really didn't understand it. But so Justice Roberts said she wanted everybody's opinion on putting the politicians on minimum wage, close down their business, deny them health care, and isolate them. I think that's a little extreme.
And watch how fast things change.
Oh, and watch how fast things change.
Explain, sir.
Okay, so for me, I understand why politicians get paid a certain amount. I don't know. I think I'm like a 50-50 on it. Like, I think right now, like, yeah, we should maybe we do throw them back to minimum wage and say, okay, this is how it feels to work minimum wage. But yet, a lot of them have degrees. A lot of them, yes, they might not have owned a business because not all of them own businesses. But I don't know. I don't think that they should. Depending on your level, I don't think they should be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you join to do that type of civil service, it should come with a cap, and there should be stipulations.
I agree.
But to close down their businesses, I mean, I understand during the times that we're in, like, yeah, you want to give them a taste of their own medicine, but these times are not going to last forever. Let's hope. And I wouldn't necessarily deny them healthcare or isolate them. I see where you're going with where the post is going with it. But that kind of goes back to, like, to me, that's like being vindictive or vindictive.
Well,
Vindictive.
So I don't agree with all of those things, but I will say for myself, I don't even know about giving them minimum wage, but I think that they should definitely be on salary.
Yes.
And not the salary that they're giving. I definitely believe that they should have term limits. I
Yes.
definitely believe that once you retire, sis, and you got to buy your own health insurance like the rest of us bottom feeders, period. I don't believe that we should have to pay for their health care the rest of their life. Because you know what? Like, I really feel like these politicians, and not every one of them, okay? But I feel like a lot of them are just there literally collecting a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing anything. You go in. When you do go in, and I'm thinking you're making mad dollars. You have health coverage. You have all these stipends for certain things. And then, especially during the pandemics, none of them took a pay cut. None of them got any kind of pay loss.
Right.
Why couldn't they take away their paychecks and give that to the people? Because you care so much.
And I think that's where that post is trying to go. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I think that was the way. And again, I agree. And guess what? If they do have businesses, why not have their businesses closed down? Everybody else's businesses closed down.
I was gonna say, isn't that what everyone was saying right now? Anyways, was that why are we closed but you're not? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Why are we closed? You're not closed. Why are our kids not going to school but your kids are going to school? Why are we not being able to make any money but you're still making money? Like, that doesn't make any kind of sense. And people might rationalize and say, well, they're running the country. Yeah, but they're running the country into the ground. So most people that didn't do a good job at their place of employment will be fired.
Yes. Real quick, Donna, my bad. I don't think you asked the question. I think I misread it. I thought you were asking a question, but you were replying. It looked like you were replying to something that was said. That's my bad. No, but I agree with you guys. So here's something, right? So I've been through this. So when Obama was president, I went through sequestration as a federal employee.
When we had the furloughs?
Yeah, when we got furloughed.
Those weren't fun.
It wasn't. What I thought was crazy was and this is what upset me, because like people were speaking so highly of Obama, but then all the government got shut down, but yet politicians were still making money. So like for me, my biggest issue is like, okay, if you're a federal employee and you're voting for these Democrats, the same people who were in when Obama was in and were willing to shut us down and not give us our pay, like to me, that those people who voted for them are crazy. Like we've been like that hurt us. And then to watch politicians from the local level up still collecting pay as I'm sitting at home not getting paid,
stressing out,
and
then
then
we're gonna get kicked out, or or our lights are gonna get turned off, and the kids were younger. Like that whole like amount of mental stress that was created at the time in comparison to these people who, one, aren't doing the greatest job in the world, but two, also continue to get paid and they don't have a worry in the world, and yet here we are like, hello.
Yeah, so that's why I said I could understand that post. Like to me, it's a little bit vindictive, but at the same time, like how do you show people what other people are going through? Like, yeah, watch them go through it themselves. So I guess in a way, when I look back at it, like, yeah, if I'm going to get furloughed, y'all better be taking a pay cut too. And you guys better be following the same pay scales that we have. And you shouldn't be making, you know, $100, $200 million or $1,000 a year. There's got to be more fairness to it. But what I often see is what applies to the politicians, and especially the ones at the national level, or the I will say the upper state level, because I'm not going to say all state people go through it, but depending on what state you're in. But what happens to the more elite politicians, they're in their own bracket.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily mean all federal employees or all state employees get the same treatment, because we don't, because we're just low level people to them. Like we're not in the same ballpark. And
and that's the thing that makes me the most pissed, right? Because I'm thinking like, okay, like say you work for the federal government, military, right? Like that's our first line of defense, right? Military, your first responders. And I'm thinking, guess what? When I have put all my years into a city like in Chicago, right? I put my blood, sweat, and tears into doing what I do. And then now when I retire, I have to buy my insurance. Like, shouldn't that be a perk for us for serving our communities, for serving the people? You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't that be like a perk for us? But it's a perk for these
right
goofs. If I stay quiet, it's because I'm trying not to curse. I'm trying to be right with God.
assholes. That's what they are. I'm going to call it what it is, because
you know what I'm saying. Like I
thing.
feel like military shouldn't have to pay for insurance another day in their life after they serve. I don't feel first responders should have to pay for insurance when you've given 29, 30 years of your life to protecting the people.
And anyways, don't they have to pay a little extra because of their line of work anyways for insurance? It's actually more expensive because of their line of work, insurance.
Oh, you're talking about like life insurance. Yeah. But I'm talking about health insurance.
Even medical insurance.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even my medical insurance, that ain't free.
Yeah. No, it's more expensive than say mine. You know what I mean? Because of line of work and what's so funny?
Oh, it's like Mean Girls. We can't sit with them. And then I pictured the squad and Auntie Nancy sitting at the table. Like they don't really like each other, but they definitely don't like us.
Yeah, like, but that's what I'm saying though. Like for your line of work, for firefighters and all that, like with their line of work, life insurance is expensive, and so is medical insurance. Even people whose lifestyles is extreme, like they do extreme sports or they're like travel or like whatever, like their insurance is actually more expensive than, you know, say me, where I don't do all those things all the time. And so that's like I get it, I understand, but I don't know. It just seems backwards.
I agree with you. I don't think
Awkward.
everybody should get it, but I think if you're in the military or if you're in law enforcement, because I don't think law enforcement get the respect that they deserve, because they
don't, because they're portrayed in such a negative light in entertainment and movies.
But I think
and culture.
if you do your time, and depending, just like in the military, if you do your time and depending on what happens to you, if you get injured on the line of duty because you were serving the people, and that is no matter, yes, some cops or people do some bad things, but yeah, and you're getting paid. But it at the end of the day, there's no amount of money worth somebody's life. So no matter what, there's a selfless act being done, and you're putting your life at risk. And I think if you get hurt on the job or you finish a full career, that yes, we should take care of you, or anybody who else is that on that line of first responder, fire department too, because those guys they run in the places that other people wouldn't to go save a life. I think we should take care of them. And I'm sorry, politicians, you're not putting your life in danger, and you're making really good money, not just from us, but from all the side deals that they do and businesses that they're able to start. Like, yo, if they're not putting their life at risk. I don't think that should be the same thing.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's ridiculous to be honest. I'm like, you sacrifice and put all this into your communities or the communities in which you work, and you go through everything, right? You go through the mental anguish of it, you know, like military personnel, police personnel. How many birthdays did they miss? How many Christmases did they miss? How many Thanksgivings? How many family events? And I'm like, people don't really see it. They don't see how much they're away.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see sometimes where they're working 15, 17 hours a day. So I think, and then to have these politicians making buku dollars, and we're like, us, the first responders, and of course that includes military, fire, and everything, they are getting treated like trash, like we're at the bottom of the barrel. Make that make sense. We live in such a backward world. It's unbelievable, to be honest.
So here's something else I found a little hypocritical over the last couple of weeks. So federal employees were asked, federal unions pushed for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, just because our federal unions, they took a hit. I will be the first to say, because I'm no longer in. AFGE is a piece of shit union. They're horrible, and there's not much they could do for us. They took a hit, rightfully so. When we're talking about abuse of money, they sit on many government installations. They don't pay a dime. Like, our union's going back to their union hall. They're probably not going to have, not union hall, but representational building. They probably won't pay for it. So the average person gets screwed, because your tax money is paying for AFGE to sit in a building and not pay for it. And then they bitch and complain about not, when the government asks them to pay for it, they charge everybody else but them. And they go and they push for us to vote Democrat, to vote for somebody, to vote blue. And then I think it's funny, because even the media is pushing everybody to vote for that people. But then the media turned around a couple weeks ago. I can't remember who wrote the report, but they were talking about how they thought it was unfair that the federal employees they wanted to give us 15 weeks of paid leave for coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
And how it's there. I think what I read was they're always willing to take care of their own. I like to see how they attack each other, because they tell us to vote blue and then we're vote for the people on the left, and then the people on the left attack us. It's, to me, it's crazy, because they didn't want to give us anything. Like, we've been working the whole pandemic. We don't get, yes, government employees make good, decent money. There's no bonuses. I mean, it's really hard to get a bonus in the government. There's a lot of stuff you miss. You're pretty much, it's not as competitive. Like in the real world, you go out and you can move up if you got the right skills. Government's a little different. And for them to come out and be like, oh, they're taking care of their own, like, this is the first time I've really seen them try to take care of federal employees. They're only taking care of the politicians. And to be honest with, like, there's 15 weeks of paid leave for federal employees for coronavirus. I don't see, like, depending on your agency, I don't see very many agencies letting people go, especially if you work for somebody who supports the military. The military don't take a day off. If you work for somebody who supports the military, 15 weeks of paid leave, I don't think they're just going to be handing it out like candy. So to listen to the left fight and say they're helping out federal employees, like, it looks good on paper, but we ain't going to get the help. And who's going to get it? Politicians, the upper level federal employees that are sitting at some of these high jobs, like fucking the department. What was it? Who's the other one? I'm trying to think where the she's at.
Health?
Yeah, Department of Health. Like, you got certain people like that. You might get some of them that get some perks, but the rest of us, no. We still got to go to work.
Are you referring to Dr. Rachel Levine?
Yes, Dr. Rachel Levine. I'm sorry.
The assistant, what is she? The assistant general health advisor?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
No.
What?
We still don't know who the director is. I know the assistant. Hey, here's another good one, because he brought up the stimulus checks. I'm tired of all this money being pumped out. So I don't know if we've talked about this before, but do you think with all the money that they're creating and pumping into the economy, it's going to cause inflation?
Hyperinflation, yes. I've been saying it to everybody. People keep thinking that this is money, money, money. Oh yeah, we're getting money. They're giving us. They're not giving you shit. I mean, don't get me wrong. The people who don't work and sit and collect government funds, they're riding first class. But suckers like you and I that work, they're gonna.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're gonna do to us.
I agree, and I get into it. I tell people at work, like,
there's gonna be people. I'm sorry. There's gonna be people that don't even get a stimulus and still have to pay that bitch back.
Yeah.
Right.
So the poor is actually making out during the pandemic. The people who don't work or don't want to work, they're going to make out.
Oh yeah.
The middle class is going to wind up paying for everything.
Yep.
And it sucks because, like, I didn't need the money. I didn't ask for the money. It was given to me. How do you return it? You don't. And we're all going to have to pay that back. And for the person that doesn't work and that got it, we're going to fit the bill on that too.
Yeah. Exactly. It's People just don't get it. People don't get it. People don't understand what hyperinflation means. And people really do believe like, oh, this is the best thing. First of all, the dollar means nothing because you are printing money that we don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it decreases the value of the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm gonna double check before I say this, but I think it's like Zimbabwe. You could get like 1 million of whatever their currency is.
Yeah, I seen someone post. Sorry, I seen someone post. Someone post someone's reaction to the gas prices going up, and their reaction was, it went up because the economy is doing better.
right.
Like, yo, no, that's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Someone posted that on my post too, because I shared a picture of what gas was like a year ago and what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly the kind of excuse or rhetoric that they tried using. And I'm like, first of all, it's supply and demand. When you go from being fuel independent
Mm-hmm.
to now being dependent on
Just
other
like
nations,
Yeah,
it's
just like we
going
did
to
when
cost
Obama was
more
in
money.
office. We were down near $4 a freaking gallon.
$5.
$5 a gallon in California for gas.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is ridiculous.
It's about to get bad. Today I was looking at gas prices actually because they're even higher than they were last week. So we're already over 3 something when it was like 244, 199.
Right. Yeah, we're like at 3.
And then somebody posted, oh, the president doesn't have anything to do with the gas prices. I'm like, you should be locked in a room with a white jacket.
But that's because, and that goes back to the media. The media tells you that these people don't have anything to do with the economy, but yes, they can make, government officials, including the president, can make or break our economy. And if people don't think so, then they haven't been paying attention to what's been going on.
Yeah.
I could only speak to what I really remember, and that's Bush. Like, I remember Bush's presidency because that was right around the time I was getting out of high school, and I watched gas fluctuate. 2008 when everything crashed. I watched Obama come in and prices like gas rose up.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when people started buying those little damn smart cars?
Yeah.
Because gas was too ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
We had this dude at work that he was like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", and he would get in that little smart car and he would just like this on the way home. It's hilarious.
We had a boss.
And Chris is saying that's why they're trying to raise minimum wage to 15 so they can change the classes and make everyone middle class. But that's not going to happen though.
Oh yeah, that $15 minimum wage ain't gonna pass the Senate. I can tell you that right now. It's smoke and mirrors, bro. Just like people are real worried right now about HR 8 and HR 1446 because it passed in the House already, and now it's going to. Those are the 2 gun bills.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I think that it's smoke and mirrors. They're talking about it because that's what he used during his campaign to swindle people in.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to die in the Senate. You would need 10 Republicans to cross over to your side. I don't think they're going to get it. So I think it's one of those things like, hey, we'll talk about it because, you know, the media is going to put it out there.
Right.
And be like, oh, they really tried. And once again, the Republicans shot it down when they could do it essentially anything they wanted right now. Because they have both.
Right, but that hike is not gonna. But even if it did pass, though, it's not going to help. It's going to make things worse because there are a lot of business. I mean, number one, there's already businesses that have had to close because of the pandemic and everything being closed down. Like, imagine trying to get back up, and then having to pay everybody $15. There's a lot of stores that are not art stores. A lot of businesses aren't going to be able to afford that. Then you're still going to have hella people out of work
Yeah.
who are not going to be able to pay their rent or their bills or their whatever, and then everything's going to crash.
But people don't get it. People just don't get it. They just don't do the homework. They don't look into stuff. They're not paying attention. They're not reading. They're not educating themselves. You continue to live on that like hamster wheel
Yeah.
instead of like veering off and try to see what's out there and what's going on in the real world and what's affecting you. But yeah, I believe the stock market is going to crash. And I keep saying it, hyperinflation.
Mm-hmm. I found it. It is Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe's like $1 trillion Zimbabwe dollars for like 40 cents. But now that I'm reading it, I think they even try to change their currency. Like, there's just some currency that's not worth anything. And if we keep like, yeah, okay, you can print paper all day long and put whatever numbers you want on it. If you don't have something to back it up, and it means nothing. And then so here's a good example, right? So Bitcoin has a cap on how many Bitcoins are out there, which is why you see the price continuing to go up. Dogecoin don't really have a cap, which is why I'm surprised it's at 5 cents, but which is why it's sitting at 5 cents. And for the longest time, it was at like 0.002 cents.
Yeah.
If you don't put a cap on something, it's worthless.
Right.
Things have value because they're rare. They call them rare and precious metals because there's a cap. There's only so much that we found and can dig up. So it then becomes more valuable. And if they keep inflating our currency and pumping more out there, did she say like me?
Yes, I do. Period.
Okay, you have that one. No, but if they keep pumping money out there, it's not going to have no value.
Exactly.
And people are not seeing that.
People don't know the way it works. Like they have no clue how it works. And I'm like, and then this, what the saddest part of it is the people that are getting public assistance and don't work, and they're just getting like, oh, this is great. Like I'm getting extra checks on extra checks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, how fucking selfish can you fucking be? They just don't get it. They don't understand the impact they will have on generations to come.
It makes me believe that for the last 10 to 15 years, last 10 to 15 years, they haven't been teaching like basic economics.
No.
And math.
Yeah.
Like we completely dropped that because people, and I know it's not, I hate to bring it down to a school system. A lot of it's parents too. Parents aren't teaching their kids, and the school's not teaching our kids. So it's just not something that's being discussed. And then when you bring it up, because people are so willing to believe the media, you could tell me inflation, be like, it's not real. So I told, that was another good example. It was like, I told this person at work, so if we were playing Monopoly, like the whole point of Monopoly is to win everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to earn money. And if you go broke, you're broke, you lose, you're out.
Right.
You're done. I was like, but if we started off Monopoly and I just threw I divvied out all the cash onto the table, and it wouldn't be a fun game because every time you land on something, you just buy it up. You would have money to just waste. So you wouldn't really be concerned about landing on somebody's property.
But even if you were to divvy it up, though, the thing is that as often as, what if you landed on like all the more expensive ones? One person is still going to end up with a majority of that money that you divvied out to everyone.
Well, you didn't let me finish
Sorry.
So there we are playing, right? And because they brought it, you think you're getting to the point where, okay, somebody's running low. Now we bring in the other bots. We open it up. We take out the cash and we divvy it up. And then we bring in another box. We just take out the cash. We just keep divvying up. It gets to a point where what's the point of even playing? Because if you're just going to keep bringing in cash and divvying it up, it's not.
It never ends.
It never ends. And then nobody wins. And you wind up with just a bunch of money that doesn't work. That's not worth anything.
Right.
So I know that's probably not the best example, but it's the best one I could think of for trying to explain inflation to somebody that's never really had to understand it. Like, it makes our money worthless.
Exactly. It's sad. It's actually very sad. What, like, these times, I'm like, you know how time flies by?
Yeah.
I can't wait for these 2 years to fly by.
Shoot, we're already almost in the middle, almost in the middle of March already.
Girl, I want to be in the middle of the March next year. I really do. I so really do. I'm like, I just, oh.
Well, I realized where we were at because we did the school thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the years. I was like, oh shit, next year is 21, 22. Damn.
Hey, I know in our group chat, I had posted that thing about the Great Depression and the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
I don't remember why I got to thinking about it on the way to work, but I thought that was a coincidence how they had the Spanish flu. I never got to finish reading the article or digging too much more into it, but I got to thinking, I was like, well, the Great Depression started in the 20s. The Spanish flu was like 1918. I wonder if that had an effect and how much of an effect it has. So I really want to dig into that and see.
I believe it is coming.
And that's what I'm afraid of. Like, if the Spanish flu took a toll on the economy back then, and they didn't do half the shit we're doing now, how much would we be in? The global reset?
Yep. The Great Reset.
Or the Great Reset, yeah.
Everything is set up for a reason. Everything is set up for a reason, unfortunately. And guess what? History will repeat itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they talk about all this stuff about, oh, you know, we care about the people, we're doing this and we're doing that, I'm like, man, miss me with that.
You know, it's too many generations. I think for the people that went through the Great Depression, they taught their kids may have taught their kids, but by the time you hit 3 or 4 generations after the Great Depression, we didn't even know what happened because they stopped teaching it, because our grandparents, or like my grandparents or my dad, wasn't affected by it. And the story wasn't passed on.
You see Blake is back in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And unfortunately, it is going to happen again. I cannot wait until these 2 years are done. Literally, I can't.
Oh, I'm done with them now. Outside of putting my mask on to go to the store, because you kind of have to get in, and wearing them for certain events, or when we start like when soccer starts back up and I start coaching, I'm gonna have to wear it on the field, whatever. Outside of that, no, I'm done. Like, I'm back to normal. I was joking about the protest, but if we want people to come over, and ain't nobody gonna tell me who I could have at my house and what I need to do at my house. Like, this whole take the vaccine, if the other family's got the vaccine, then you guys can hang out with each other. Fuck that.
But this is the thing. They're saying that when there is no medical evidence that what they're saying is accurate. They have no idea that just because you guys have the vaccine, that it reduces your risk of spreading COVID. That's not a fact.
I just realized this, but your name is I'm Latina.
Yeah. It's been like that the whole time.
I wasn't paying attention to it now. And then I was
funny.
like, why does it say that? And then I was like, oh, yeah. So in case that lady comes and hunts you down, and she's like, there's the white lady. Oh, wait,
There
she's
she
not
is.
white. She's Latina.
That damn green-eyed monster. No, it's true. I don't know. I just think that. Oh God,
I think
it's not
Nancy
to insult
Pelosi's place
people.
type. Huh?
It's not to insult people, but literally, this was the worst president you could have voted for ever.
Gosh. Him and that Saki man. I tried listening. I tried educating myself and
Circle
being
back, girl. Circle
informed
back.
and watching her. Oh my gosh, it was so hard. It was so hard.
And
It's hard.
there's that one. There's one. I think senator,
Senator.
senator
Yes.
from Hawaii, and then we have one from California. Both of Asian persuasion descent. I can't listen to them. I try because I want both sides. I mean, I do listen to them, but it's just rough because they don't. I'm not a big fan of Andrew Yang, but I could listen to Andrew Yang and be like, okay, he's made some decent points. I see those two. What is it, Hirono? Oh man,
That lady?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, does she really
She's a
believe
mess
the shit
too,
that's
bro.
coming out of her mouth?
Yeah, she's
Is
not.
that the one from Hawaii?
I think so.
She's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
You know who I can't stand to listen to their voice? When I tell you, like, just thinking of it right now, I feel like little things crawling on my shoulders. I'll give you a guess.
She gets hives.
Male or female?
Female.
The VP
Uh,
Harris.
no.
AOC.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was going
Yeah,
with.
that's the only other one.
Like, just hearing her name makes me want to, like, cringe. Oh,
Have you ever watched A Bug's Life?
yes.
Remember the stick on A Bug's Life?
Yes.
That's who she reminds me of for some reason.
Oh, yes. We should make a meme of her.
Why?
I don't know. She just looks hella skinny underneath all those clothes. Like,
I'm just like, oh, God.
and then her face. It just, for some reason in my head, nails on a chalk.
Yes. It is AOC. I can't fucking.
Hey, who's
God.
Especially the stuff that comes out of her mouth.
I know. I'm like, dude, shut up.
Like the logic. Like what?
Not even logic, just she spews stupidity.
Hey, it's like that Billy Madison, where the guy's like, "We are now all a little dumber for hearing that," or whatever he says.
Yes. That's how I felt like watching Biden's speech yesterday. Literally, dude, I watched 10 seconds and I'm like, 3 lies in 10 seconds. 3 lies, literally 10 seconds. I was like, whoa.
It's bad. You know it's bad when like you have like a viewers all say the same thing.
It's been so bad. It's really been bad. I'm like, oh, how many more years do we have?
Right.
And
It's been the longest 50 days ever.
Damn, what's this guy's name?
50 days, 100 executive orders later.
Right?
By the time Biden leaves, we're going to have like 5,000 executive orders.
What was the most? I know we looked it up one time.
I think it was like 3,000 and something.
And that was like hella long ago.
Yeah. There's been a few.
10,000.
There's been a few of them. But remember when Trump was signing executive orders and they called him a dictator?
Yeah, and he only signed a couple every not every, but he only signed a couple, like 3, 2, no more than 3 at a time, months and months between each other.
Hey, I know, because I hate to just bash Democrats all day, but Mitch McConnell.
Ugh.
Mitch McConnell, I can't remember who does the. I think I was listening to Tim Pool, and he's always doing like this turtle voice. He's like, "Well, come on, Democrats." And now every time I see Mitch McConnell, I just think of the turtle from. You ever watch Master of Disguise?
Uh-uh.
Oh man, there's this part of there.
No.
No,
Well, Mitch McConnell's not a Democrat.
no, he's a Republican. I'm saying I don't always like to bash Democrats, but
Oh,
Mitch McConnell, he's a Republican, and now every time I watch him, I can't help but see like Mitch McConnell and think of a Master of Disguise where the turtle, where he's all, "Am I not turtly enough to be in the Turtle Club?"
Turtly enough. That's too much.
for real. But no.
Good night, Michelle.
Yeah, I think it's getting that time.
Yeah. John Tisha's like,
You see my eyes?
she's gonna be like Blake.
Yeah. 'Cause my eyes are like, go to sleepy. And I'm like, no.
Look at how red my face is.
I know, I noticed that.
God dang lupus.
Tulsi just needs to drop kick Corona.
For real. Right into the fucking ocean.
I was about to say the same shit. She needs to take her on a hiking trip and then accidentally knock her off a cliff.
Oh,
Period.
that's not nice, you guys.
Well, into water. No, I don't want her to
Oh,
die.
look at the cold just popped.
There's sharks out there.
It's
Let
water.
them, let them eat her
Don't
up.
they have sharks out there?
No,
No,
I
I
didn't.
heard
Yes,
that.
they do.
I heard that when it floods, poop
Yes.
gets in the ocean.
Who?
That's gross. And
Yeah.
yes, they do have sharks out
From
there.
where?
It's a swamp turtle. Yeah, he is a swamp turtle. Still talking about Mitch
That
McConnell.
talks like what?
He's
Dude.
no, I
Do his voice.
gotta put the Tim Pool thing up where he's like, "Hey, Democrats." That shit has me dying every morning.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
I went to go get me a cold pie.
Yes, I knew it. I was just thinking that. I was just about to say it. Yes, you read my mind.
Oh,
Now
Jesus.
Do it again.
Somebody's barbecuing. I said, Lord Jesus, it's a fire. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. I woke up to go get me a cold pie. And somebody must be barbecuing.
You've been working on this.
Hey, she said when it first came out, that's all she listened to for hella long.
I could not stop laughing when I heard that.
Me either. That shit was hella funny. There's a fire.
I got bronchitis.
Now you made me feel bad. I gotta go back to.
That's her face when she gets on. She's like, ain't nobody got time for that.
You know I got time for that.
All I need is a go-to.
Stop it.
No, she did. I think she had a go-to.
I'm like, hey, so it's funny because like, just throw this out there, but in the black community, like they get capped and they get the gold cap. I always want to be like, Mexican people, what are we doing? Like, why do we keep going with the silver caps? And then they're like silver cap all of them.
Fact.
Just
You
walk-
know what that's for, right?
Yeah, I know what it's for, but like, why don't we go with the gold?
Why would you want to go with gold? Why would
Wait,
you?
what's it for? Wait, did I?
Because gold holds its value.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, what is it for?
Oh, they're for they put the silver caps on the kid because it's usually kids you see on their teeth because their teeth are rotting, like they got cavities and stuff. And if they have and they're not the big kid ones, and they're gonna fall out anyways. So they want them to have one to protect them and two so they have teeth to fucking eat with.
And my cousin Mike was
Instead of pulling them all out prematurely.
my cousin Mike was like 7 or 8 years old, walking around with a silver grill. He was all capped up, just like.
And it could be for a number of reasons, of course. But again, I'm saying, why would you want gold
Even for
teeth though?
No, but even for adults, like
Yeah, why would you want gold
they'll
teeth?
get the
though?
silver one. Like, why not just go gold? Just get the gold
Because
cap.
then you would have a mouthful full of yellow teeth. Like that's gross. And if anybody's got gold teeth, like I'm not trying to like shit or anything, but in my opinion, I would prefer a silver
So you
tooth
much rather.
instead of gold because they would look yellow.
So you cheat.
They could do them. They could do them the color of your teeth now too. They could do white.
I know, but we're talking about caps and grills.
No,
I
but
would
I'm
go with platinum or I would go with silver with some diamonds. I don't know about diamonds, but embedded.
I'm talking about capping your teeth, not getting a grill. Who do you think you are?
Hey, I would. You know what I would get? I would get the ones that outline the tooth. Those are cool.
What do you
I don't want none of it.
Huh?
I don't want none of that. I got nice teeth.
Yeah.
I don't want none of that stuff on my teeth. Be driving down the road and the sun is shining and it bleeds, cause an accident.
And then as you look over, you're like, Lord Jesus, there's a fire.
I woke up to get me a cold pop.
All right, back to
barbecue.
what I meant to say
I'm
was
just saying, like,
I want Tulsi Gabbard to walk her to a small cliff with a really deep part of the ocean. So, because I don't wish nothing bad on anybody where there's no sharks at or nothing that could physically harm her.
just make her do belly flop.
A really hard one. Maybe it'll knock some sense into her.
No.
You're right.
I'm okay with her tripping off the mountain and the sharks eating her.
Oh, that's
Hey,
nice.
that's nature. I'm just saying.
But your intent was to
No.
maybe hopefully there's sharks there.
Well, no, not my intent, because I'm figuring if you fall off a mountain, you won't die anyway. So
I'm afraid.
it's the
I'm afraid.
circle of life, John Tisha. Let the sharks.
I'm afraid that she would do that, and the sharks would come up and be like, "Ugh, it's Hirono." Just like flutter away.
Nicole said it's the cheapest. Oh wait, sorry. What did I miss? I thought I missed a comment.
For what?
Get some diamonds, Charlie. Oh no, I'm not getting no diamonds. There was this girl I used to follow on Facebook. She does makeup videos. She got those diamonds like embedded in her teeth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you're not touching my teeth. Mm-mm.
See now look, the thing I'm not talking. You know what? I want to retract my statement earlier. I wasn't talking about the kids. I was talking about the grown ass adults with silver cap teeth,
He was talking about the cholos.
white gold.
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
fine. I
yellow.
don't have a problem with white gold. I'm just saying, why would you want it to be yellow? A mouthful of yellow teeth.
Maybe
prefer
yellow.
white gold.
Maybe like the yellow gold matches their skin tone better. I don't know.
Maybe it matches their game colors.
Yeah, I don't know about all that either, but yeah.
Period. Yeah, I don't know. That's what that's what I'm gonna be for Halloween. You guys just gave me my costume. I'm gonna be a chola.
He said, "Don't worry, shit flood."
I'm gonna be a ruca.
He's like, let her. He's like, it's gonna flood, so let her fall off there. It's fine.
I'm
Let
telling
her
you.
fall in the shit water.
I'm telling you, I could have swore Kay said that sometimes it rains
She
hella
did.
bad in Hawaii and it floods the sewers
Yeah.
and shit gets in the water
Yeah.
and they have like no swim days because the water has poop in it.
Yeah. And they
Who
gotta
said that?
filter it out.
My friend, she lives in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
So it would be one of those days I'd want her to walk up a mountain.
And slip because it's
And
flooded because it's raining.
for Tulsi Gabbard to just salute her or salute the flag and then just kick her off.
Oh
what
my
if she just
gosh.
what if she just slips on a doo-doo ball?
Dude, fuck.
Like, is that an act of nature? She just slipped on a piece of shit.
Literally.
It's really-
That's what I mean. Like she'd be walking on the mountain, but it's raining, and the the
slips
poop.
on a piece of shit.
Yeah, it gets all slippery and stuff. Yeah.
And falls into shitty water. But before she falls, she's hanging on the cliff, and Tulsi Gabbard's like,
Why do you?
"Hand me your, I'll save you, psych." As she falls very short distance into shitty water.
The shitty one.
We
Where
can
the-
have, like, we can have Tulsi throw like a roll of toilet paper at her.
Doesn't mean we're talking about
You
somebody.
can't even. That's what I'm saying. That's mean. It has
So
to have.
God knows that we're just joking and trying to
But
be
that toilet paper would be wet. There's no way she could use that shit. It'd be like.
That's just a horrible situation to be in.
but if it's a shitty situation. But if you think about it, so yeah, you're throwing the toilet paper, but remember, Jantisha just talked about intent. Our intent is for her to use the toilet paper. It's not our fault if she don't catch it before it gets wet.
Yeah, but if it's raining, it's gonna get wet anyways.
It's our intention that she has some toilet paper to help her out. Let Pelosi slip on it. On the
Ballot. Oh Lord.
Beware of the Hawaiian alcapurrias. Oh my God, that's so disgusting. I don't eat alcapurrias.
Oh my gosh.
They
I
just
would be upset if Nancy Pelosi was down at the wharf and a gang of angry seals
Hey, I was just about to say
came and
seals.
swooped her ass away. And
Oh
Nancy's gonna have a, I don't know. She looks like, the other day, like when I hear her talk, I'm like, she sounds like Darth Vader. She's like, lies, 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 lies. I was like, bitch, take off the mask, you're gonna die. I was like, she can't breathe, someone help her out.
she can't breathe. And then she was like, this is what the majority of the American people wanted.
I swear it's like Darth Vader. She's like, oh, like, what the hell's in her mask? I swear she got a little, when she's taking them deep breaths, she got a little wine in that mask. She's taking little hits.
Hey,
Her
Sandra,
teeth-
I was just about
her
to say
teeth
something
don't
about her
fit.
teeth. I'm like, those are not her real
Oh.
teeth. You could tell by the way she talks.
She meant doo-doo balls, not doo-doo ballots. Doo-doo ballots.
No, and then she said dodo balls, and she said doo doo.
I know what
We
she
got
meant.
it. We got it.
I know what she meant, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Nancy is, I'm like, Nancy, girl, something's wrong with you, sis.
And Chris, yes, I know the yellowish tint, but I still prefer them to be as not yellowish tint as possible. That's just me, though.
Yeah,
Why
eventually
All the time.
she'll slip on a doodoo ball.
Doo-doo ball. I know, especially when it gets muffled and I can't understand them. I'm like,
No, but Nancy, to be honest, is the worst I've heard.
what?
Nancy, when she talks with that mask.
That's
I
because
know.
it's hella tight. And then, yeah, it's like at the store.
She's trying to keep in all that liquor in her breath.
I'll be at the store, and then they'll be like, it's I'm like, excuse me? What? What are you talking about? They're like 4:32. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
It's night and day too, especially the people who don't talk loud, who don't talk loud and like precise.
Yeah.
What? Oh well, I was just saying that I just got to ring this last thing up.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm like, as soon as whenever I like go into somewhere or leave, I'm putting the mask on at the very last moment.
Oh, I walk through the doors like this. I walk through the doors. I'm already in the store and I'm starting to take it out like real slow.
I can't self-incriminate myself, so I wear my mask properly at all times, just for work purposes.
I'm gonna say that when I go into the stores, I wear it properly too.
Hmm
I wear it like
I would never.
literally like here. Well,
Where's,
this you can't see my
where's that?
you can't see my nostril holes.
Look.
Hey,
She's looking put it right here.
You can't see my nostril
I was in Costco. I was in Costco earlier. I was in Costco earlier.
Now you got that thick ass mask. I can't use that shit. I'll fucking faint.
Did I have it on this side or this side? I don't
The
fucking
gray
know.
side out.
Yeah.
See, that's a cotton mask. I can't do it.
I was at Costco earlier, walking around like,
You're so
and she just walking around like this, and she looks protecting my eyes.
For real.
You're so dumb.
You should. Hey, wear it too, but wear them like this.
It says you can like this.
You need two masks.
She said that if you sneeze, I could get COVID in my eyes.
It's true. You could get COVID through your eyeballs.
You can't.
Remember when they were trying to say that whole goggle thing, and people just weren't having it. They were like, "Man, miss me with that shit."
That's hella funny.
Like, take the D out of your mouth.
Hey, I feel bad for saying this though. 'Cause sometimes when dudes have like the beards, but like their mask is like this, but it's really covering their whole face, but just right here, and it looks hella funny because their beard's right here. It's long, and it looks like the mask is literally right here.
Like I have those. I get those. The every single day ones, the disposable ones. So you know how like around the nose it has that little like metal piece inside it, so you can bend it. I never bend that shit around my nose because I can't breathe. So I leave it loose and I put it like right where you just can't see my nostril holes. That's my mask. Hey, my mask literally goes from here to like all the way over here. Because it's not up above my nose, it's all the way fucking down here. I'm protecting my Adam's apple.
My Adam's apple.
I want to be judged.
Nobody wants to get COVID there.
Hey, hey, did you see the there was a photo and it's like if you're not men who don't date trans women are transphobic.
Yeah.
And I thought, wait, that's not transphobic. They just have a preference.
Correct.
I was just like, make that make sense.
And people are gonna take it, and they're gonna take it for truth, and they're gonna start treating people hella dumb because they're not gonna date them. Like, yo, like, stop it.
Math are as worthless as Beijing Biden. Yes, Nicole. Some lady picked up her dog's poo with a mask, but poo and trash. And then I saw that video.
Yeah.
I saw that video. Oh,
It was so gross.
What?
Yeah.
They had been playing.
no, dude. I don't know. It was disgusting.
And she was like, oh, yeah.
Because it was a hard doo-doo ball.
It was gross. It was pretty gross.
And she put the mask back on. I'm like, bitch, you is disgusting.
Like, how do you justify that, though?
You don't.
Be safe.
First of all, not only that, but you're outside. Why are you wearing a mask? You're in fresh air. It's
Hey,
just you and your dog.
people even do it in their cars with their families.
Right.
My husband said that he was on the trail. There's a trail.
Which, if you do, that's your choice. You do you. Just saying.
He said some crazy person, a female. I won't say her race. Like yelled after she passed him by, wear a mask. And he told her, my own motherfucking business.
That's what I would say.
Yes, like I'm so thankful nobody has said shit to me.
Like, I don't tell people not to wear a mask, and I don't tell people to wear a mask. But I've been waiting for the day for, like, I feel like because I want it to happen,
Yeah.
it never
Yeah.
happens because I'm waiting for somebody like, wear a mask, and I'm like, use protection. And if they're like, I'm like, because we don't want more dumbasses like you.
Oh,
But I never get an opportunity to say stuff like that.
I'd be like that. Oh,
I
there's
can
when
tell
he was in a car. Yes.
Yes. Hey, so I was on the freeway earlier coming home, and there's traffic.
I beat
And,
them and I'm like,
yeah. And there's just every car, like I swear I passed by like a good dozen cars, and there's just random, like this one dude driving by himself, looks over trying to merge. I'm like, idiot's got a mask on by himself in your car. I don't care if you wear a mask or not, but fuck, you're in your car, dude, with your windows.
this is my thing. Look, I don't care if people wear a mask. I don't care if people want to get the vaccine. Like, do that. But don't tell me what I should and should not do. Stay in your lane and I'll stay in mine.
Or go as far as to say that you're careless, you're selfish, or
Yeah,
that you don't care about other people,
they
or
do say that. You are so right.
yeah, constantly like, oh well, you don't have respect for that business owner, or you don't have respect for those people, or whatever. Like, yo, first of all, most of these business owners don't want to have the mask mandate anyways, but they have to in order to stay open. And so if I walk into a business and they don't tell me, and someone got pissed off at me because I said this, if they don't enforce their own rules, I'm not gonna wear it. But if they're like, excuse me, can you put your mask on? I'm like, yeah, sure, okay. Do what I gotta do, and then get out. As soon as, like, right before I get to the door and I'm out, it's off my face.
I take it off. I take it off. I put it on at the very last minute and I take it off at the very last minute because I'm like, I mean, I just hate having that thing on my face.
I will say it's done me good because my facial expressions show. So when people are doing dumb shit or something happens, like I try to control it, but I can't help. Like if I see something dumb, I can't help but be like, or something like in.
He makes faces all the time.
So do I. That's why I said, I think Chris and I are related.
Yeah.
There's got to be a trace somewhere in the bloodline.
Yeah, there's no hiding it at all.
You
You could be watching him from like across the room and understand what's going on in the conversation just by his facial expressions.
I told my husband, I was like, look, the mask will help me hide my face. He's like, girl, ain't nobody worried about from your nose down. They see it in your fucking eyes. You look like the damn devil. I was like, well, damn.
It's like Zach, we're at work, and this guy's like, dude, what's your? And I heard him too. Like, dude, I'm sitting here, like, talk to me. He's like, dude, what's your brother looking at? Because I was like, and then he looks over and he seen what I was looking at, and he was like, even he had to go. I was like, yeah, right. Ugh. It's nasty. There's just something people shouldn't wear. That's all my face was saying.
My husband goes to me one day. He goes, babe, sometimes
You're active.
he's like, I watch some of your when I'm on some of the shows because he's like, he'll jump on when he hears people like loud, so he'll pop in, and he's like, and I be looking at your face, and he's like, sometimes your face, he's like, how don't everybody else see it? He's like, man, I could tell one little look what you're thinking. He's like, I already know. She's thinking, idiot. I was cracking up. He's like, I swear I'll just come on when people are loud because I'll be like, oh, what's the tea? He'll be like, who is it? Like the other night when we were on and, you know, when stuff went south, my husband, he gets up, like he'll be getting up in about another 30 minutes, but he literally went, and he's upstairs. He literally said, I heard screaming and I woke up in a panic because I thought something happened.
Aww.
he's like, and then I ran downstairs, and he's like, and I was like, are you okay? Like, what's happening? Someone fighting with you? Like, what? I was like, what are you gonna do, babe? Fight him through the laptop?
Oh,
But he was like, no, I heard guys. So he's like, I just wanted to make sure nobody was stepping out of line. And I was like, no, he's like, but it freaked me out because I heard it so loud at one point.
yeah.
So he ran downstairs, and I was like, oh, my bad. But yeah, facial expression, my facial expressions say it all.
Right, Donna. Used to be wearing a mask meant you're up to no good. Now it's the norm for many.
Facts.
And
know.
I think the other reason, like, I really like, there's a lot of reasons I dislike them. Like, takes away, there's the hit and miss. Like, we were supposed to wear them, not, but like,
I dislike 100% that Costco makes the kids put them on. I want to be like, yo, I want them off because I want to safety of my kids. I want to know where they're at. I want their face to be seen.
yeah,
I haven't had to do that yet. I haven't had to tell anybody that yet, but I'm like, yo, there's no evidence that kids pass this shit on, number one. And number two,
Correct.
I want them to not have a mask on, period, for their safety. They need to be seen.
Oh, I was gonna say the other thing is like, because I'll be walking through the store or something, and facial expressions do mean they're good indicators for people. So like, I'll walk through and I catch myself, like, I'll smile at somebody, like, give them a head nod or something, and you miss that. Because like, I'll say hello or how you doing or something like that, and I'll smile because to me that is a greeting. It's showing that you're, I don't know, it's just, it comes with it. You're like, hey, how you doing? And people see the facial expression, like, oh, he's nice.
Approachable.
Yeah, approachable. So like, especially like, I was at the store and this older lady was passing by and I was like, hello, how you doing? And I smiled or was like trying to get out of her way. Her eyes looked pissed off. And I was like, maybe she would have seen my smile. Maybe she would have been, I don't know, she would have smiled back. And you don't get that no more. And I'm like, and I hate it because everybody just looks like angry eyes.
Yeah.
It's true. That's why my husband's like, girl, I don't even need to look from your nose down. Your eyes still say it. I was like, you're right. Touche. With
She wears a mask. She works with old people. Yeah, for sure. Like, so when I have my medical appointments, I go in, I wear a mask. I don't complain about it. I'll sit there. Do I like it all the time? No, I don't. I might pull it down a little bit. I'll take my breath because after a while, I'm like, sometimes it's warm in the lobby or whatever, the waiting room. Sometimes it's warm, and so it gets real hot under the mask. So I pull it away to breathe. But for the most part, I got to talk to Chris about this too. If I have to go to the hospital, I'll wear one. Because it's a hospital, just in case. But I definitely, like I said before, like, wear a mask if you want to wear a mask.
look at what Chris just said.
What to do.
Yeah, hey, and that's funny because we were talking about this at work, and me and my supervisor, because I do safety, I work in the safety office, and we were talking about how, and I brought this up before it started. I was like, these masks are not meant to protect from viruses, airborne viruses. Now, yes, I understand the large droplets. Okay.
They still don't protect you. They don't work. There's no proof that they
No. I'll say from what we've read, because there are studies out there, it can reduce it. Like, there's things that I will agree on. Like, could it reduce it? Yes, depending on the mask and the material.
There you go.
It really comes down to the mask and the material.
Exactly.
And we have a respirator program, and there are certain respirators or masks that you have to be put on, and you have to be in good health conditions. And these things have all been ignored. But what Chris just said right there, I've watched people, they don't change out their mask. Like, I don't change out my mask, but I also don't wear it all the time. And I mean, I keep it in my pocket to play the game. but I'm not walking around with it. But if I have to, or if I see it's getting dirty, like I'll go get another one. But I watch people walk around with dirty masks, or they sit in their mask. Like there's people that'll stay in it for the whole day.
Yeah.
And then you're right. And then they don't swap it out and they'll just put the same one back on.
Especially if they sneeze or cough in it
Yeah.
too. Like that's so gross.
And we've watched people
So
sneeze in it
gross.
or cough
So
in it
gross.
and they don't swap it out. Like, and then you got all these people, like I've heard of many people, like my sister tested positive for COVID, never had any of the symptoms, went 14 days.
She's symptomatic.
She got pneumonia.
Yeah.
And it was all because I think she was stuck in her damn room, wore her mask, the same damn mask, probably the whole time. She wound up getting pneumonia.
Yep.
Robert.
Is that you still awake?
Kinda.
No, it's true. It's true. It gives you people are not changing them out or washing the cloth ones.
Right.
Like I don't use the cloth ones first. I think they're too thick for me. I don't like that feeling. I feel like Nancy Pelosi. So I use the individual ones, you know, the disposable.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use those because they're like you could breathe better. But I don't know. I'm just over the masks. I'm like, if people want to wear them, then fine. And those who don't, that's fine too. Like I had my immunity test, my antibodies test. Like Wednesday. And my antibodies are super high, which is great because I had COVID in December and my antibodies are still super high. So that means that if something happens and I catch some different type of strand of COVID, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, people need to just have to build up their immunity towards it.
Agreed.
Like, because basically what they're giving you in the vaccine is like basically a form of COVID, so your body can build up immunity. But if you had COVID, you're building up immunity anyway because you had the actual COVID, not the synthetic COVID.
Correct.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm just over the whole thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
But on that note, I'm about to go get me a cold pop.
I was waiting for you to finish it.
Somebody must be barbecuing.
Barbecuing.
Yeah, it's time because my eyes are getting heavy now.
Yeah.
That's
But he's
how
resting fine. He can fall asleep standing up.
I got bronchitis.
Bronchitis.
That's not
Lord
fun.
Jesus, there's fire.
Lord Jesus is a fire.
You know what, Ricardo? I don't know you, but you seem like a good man.
You know which movie was? I don't know the name of the movie. Oh, A Few Good Men. I posted it on someone's thing. I was like, when he was like, I want the truth.
Oh yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
Yep.
I was like, God, I need to put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
But anyways, we are gonna let you guys go because John Tisha, look at Chris, he got one eyeball. He needs a cold.
It's
He got bronchitis.
No. No, he didn't.
But
He used to work himself so hard that he would get walking pneumonia and bronchitis.
I did one time. Hey, so real quick before we go, my friend Joe, he was in the hospital, went in for COVID. He was pretty sick. I called him on Monday because I found out, and being the good friend that I am, I had to make sure he was doing good. because that's what we do. So, and he always calls me Theo. So he's like, "What's up, Theo?" I was like, "Hey, Mio, how you doing?" So I'm good. I heard you in the hospital. Yeah. It's like, "Hey, I just want to know. I got one question for you before I go back to work." He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" I said, "How'd the anal swab go?"
Did you see the Dr. Seuss meme? You know how like Doctor is like an orange book, and it was like I have a thing in my thingamaboo.
No.
I almost died.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, what's wrong with people? The shit was funny though, let's be honest. But anyways, thank you guys for just hanging out and talking trash with us. You know, you gotta have these once in a while. We need like an unwind from life.
Yeah.
But anyways, we will see you guys in our next live.
Till next time.
Till next time.